Welcome back to another episode of Bloodline Bandits getting cooked by the council, where we don't just clap back. We clarify, correct, and cleanse the historical record. I'm Achila Yona, and today's file centers around a name that echoes through TikTok debates and Pan Africanist spaces alike Dr. Umar Johnson. But let's be clear, this episode isn't gossip, it's genealogy. It's about how alleged personal failures can fracture families, distort identity, and leave entire bloodlines in limbo. Disclaimer: this video is not an attack on men. It's not about father bashing, nor is it dismissing the sacred role of fatherhood. It is about lineage accountability and ancestral responsibility. Full stop. If you're part of the online echo chambers that weaponize masculinity to deflect from responsibility, whether it's incel culture, MGTOW, Red Pill, or Kevin Samuel's disciples, you're not the intended audience. In fact, comments are being held for review because I'm not entertaining projections, deflections, or false equivalencies about absent fathers being called to task. In indigenous and African rooted traditions, lineage is a sacred charge, not a status symbol. Bringing life into the world and abandoning that responsibility is not legacy, it's lineage desertion. This video explores how generational gaps in fatherhood, whether through abandonment, silence, or denial, become obstacles for those trying to reconstruct ancestral memory and identity, especially within Indigenous American lineages. A young woman named Nissa recently went public claiming to be the daughter of Dr. Umar Johnson. She stated in a video that he has allegedly never been present. No birthdays, no graduations, no parenting, no nothing. She wasn't looking for pity. She was looking for clarity, particularly in her search to connect with another alleged daughter of Umar. She even claimed to have made contact with the other child's mother. Dr. Umar's reaction? In now deleted posts, he accused her of clout chasing and maintained that he's been paying child support. He invited her and her mother to a sit down, yet fell short of publicly denying paternity. For the sake of time, I've sped up both her original video and his response. This is simply to provide full context without extending the video length, not to alter or mock either person's message. I'm going to play both clips now, and then I'll return with further commentary.
Hey TikTok, so I just wanted to come on here with a small short announcement. I just want to start this video off by saying I'm not trying to get clout. I literally just want to have a conversation with my father. My biological father is Dr. Umar. He has another daughter. I tried to contact him about, getting to know my sister on my dad's side. I asked him if he knows her or if he has her number. He ignored me and never responded. I'm 22 years old now. My dad has never been to anything important, no graduation, no birthday parties, nothing. He has not been in my life. Again, I'm not making this video to bash him. I'm making this video to state facts. Okay? You can't get on Instagram and get on social media and portray to be an activist and talk about how black kings need to be with black women, but you're not even in your black woman's daughter's life. It doesn't make sense. You're being a hypocrite. And it's frustrating because I reached out to you. I reached out to you. I shouldn't have had to do that. I'm your daughter. But I'm smart enough and logical enough to know that you would never reach out to me because you don't have my phone number. And I'm pretty sure you wouldn't try to reach out to me because for what? I don't want anything out of you. I want nothing but a conversation. Forget the relationship. I really don't care too much about that at this point. I just wanted a conversation out of you and you shut me down. You ignored me. You should never be too busy for your daughter ever in life. So I just wanted to make this video to just try to, I guess, somehow find my sister on my dad's side. So if you see this, please reach out to me. Please DM me because I want to know who you are. Why do I have siblings out there that I don't know about? It's unfair. And, deadbeat fathers is very common nowadays, especially in the black community, right? We all know Dr. Umar reps the black community or whatever. But you can't rep that if you're not even in your daughter's life. You're moving backwards. You're moving backwards. It's not making sense. To the public, you look like this person, but in private, you a whole nother person. And I'm not bashing you. I just don't understand why you're ignoring me. I'm 22 years old and you have yet to be in my life. No graduations, no parties. When I get married, are you going to be at the wedding? Are you going to walk me down the aisle? Yo, I have a stepdad who has been in my life since a little girl. He has been in my life. And I thank God for him because my biological father couldn't even do that, y'all. My biological father is not even on my birth certificate because when my mom had me, he left. And I do have a DNA test. So yes, I can prove that's my father. I would never get on here and lie to y'all. That's kind of sick and delusional and crazy. But I'm just making this video because I want to find my sister. And when I reached out to him about giving me her number or if he even had it, I was ignored. So now I guess I have to take matters into my own hands. So if you see this video, sister, please reach out to me because if he's not going to allow us to be in contact, I'll do it myself. I just want to end this video by saying that daughters who have deadbeat fathers should not have to go through this. This is very present in the black community. And as an activist, I would not think that you would be a deadbeat because you rep the black community so much. It doesn't make any sense. You cannot be a hypocrite. You can't say do A, but you're doing B. It doesn't make any sense. So y'all already heard my mission for this video. Y'all already heard why I'm making this video. So if she can reach out to me, I would love that. I would love to have a conversation with you because you are my sister on my father's side that I have never met. I don't even know your name. I don't even know how old you are. I have a sister on my mom's side and I'm the oldest. I'm pretty sure that my sister that's on my dad's side, I'm probably older than her. I'm supposed to be guiding her. I'm supposed to be teaching her things because you as the father, you're not doing that. So let me do that as an older sister. But that's the end of this video. As I stated in the beginning of this video, I'm not trying to bash this man. I'm stating facts. Facts. And in the next clip, I will show y'all the screenshot of me trying to reach out to him and he ignored me after I asked him if he had my sister.
The more slander that we will see, brothers and sisters, and I'm built for it, the son of Ogun. I got my 2 spiritual machetes ready. If they want to send children to do their dirty work, send the children. If they want to send the children to do their dirty work, send the children. Send who you must. But if you don't know by now, if you don't know by now who the chosen one of this generation is, you must be dumb, deaf, and blind. If you don't know who the ancestors sent in this generation, I can't speak to the previous generation, and I can't speak to the next generation, but in this generation, I think we all know who the chosen one is, brothers and sisters. But like I said, the best thing you can do, or the worst thing you can do, is mind my business. Because I'm going to block your ass. And you're going to be in the book of Negroes. Okay? Trying to build your struggle streaming career off of my back. Coming up out of nowhere, acting like you've been looking for me. Get Mama Smurf. When can the 3 of us have a sit down? I'm ready for this. I'm ready for it. When can Mama Smurf, Papa Smurf, and Baby Smurf have a sit down? Oh, I'm ready for this. And I will have my white man paperwork. When can we do the sit down? When can we do the sit down? Been paying child support since you damn near came out the womb. Deadbeat who? When can we have a sit down? Child support started, you wasn't even out your mama yet, and she took me to child support. Deadbeat who? Deadbeat who? Child custody file this thick. What are we talking about? Where is Mama Smurf? Where is Mama Smurf? Can we please have a sit down? Brothers and sisters, you can fool some of the people all the time, and you can fool all the people some of the time. You can fool some of the people all the time, and you can fool all the people some of the time. You can fool all the people some of the time, and you can fool some of the people all the time. But you can't fool the prince of Pan-Africanism any of the time. Calling me names? Using profanity? Really? Really? Disrespectful mouth? Because you want to build your career. Okay, no problem. Build your career, princess. I want you to be happy. I want you to do what you must do, but you're not going to lie on me. You're not going to lie on me. Lord have mercy. Social media. I told you to mind your business. When I say mind your business, I mean mind your business. Social media has turned our children into a bunch of narcissists. Social media has turned our children into a bunch of narcissists. We will do anything for attention.
Whether the full truth is ever revealed isn't the core issue. The issue is the impact. You cannot reclaim lineage on stage while allegedly rejecting it at home. You cannot build schools for future children while allegedly neglecting the ones you already have. This is more than hypocrisy. It's historical sabotage. For so many of us, trying to piece together our family trees, especially within American Indian communities, it is often the paternal branch that's missing. This absence causes distortion, doubt, and disconnect, all while the father continues to project a public persona rooted in strength and structure. The Council of Memory sees that contradiction. Now it's time to clear up a major misconception. Children are not your legacy. They are your lineage. Lineage is biological, the genealogical record of who you are, your bloodline, your place in history. On the other hand, legacy is built. The values, work, an impact you consciously create and leave behind. If your only claim to legacy is having children, you're not a legacy builder, you're a breeder. Abandon those children emotionally or physically, but still parade them as your legacy. That's delusion wrapped in denial. People build institutions, found healing spaces, and reshape culture intentionally. If your contribution stops at unpaid child support and social media posts, you're not a patriarch. You're a bloodline bandit erasing futures while pretending you left a mark. True legacy demands daily presence, emotional responsibility, and truth telling, not just DNA or a last name. This isn't just about Dr. Umar or Nissa. It's about the generational consequence of silence and abandonment. In American Indian communities and among self identified Black Americans, tracing ancestry is already layered with complexity, thanks to bloodline theft through treaty tricksters, census misclassifications, and the alchemy of ID politics. When parents, especially fathers, withhold names, stories, or even basic acknowledgement, they're aiding that erasure. Intentionally or not, they become bloodline bandits. This isn't poetic language, it's literal harm to the historical record. Nisa has shared that she's tried reaching out to her half sibling. The other child, Dr. Umar, is alleged to have fathered, but says he hasn't helped facilitate that connection. That's not just a missed opportunity, that's a failure of duty on Dr. Umar's part as being a father. If you have children in different households, it is your obligation as a man to ensure those children know one another. That's foundational. That's structure. That's responsibility. Leaving it up to your daughter, who's already working through layers of public scrutiny and familial rejection, to track down and reach her blood kin on her own, that's not leadership. That's abandonment disguised as distance. And what's more telling is the deflection. Instead of reflection, Dr. Umar is framing this as social media turning children into narcissists, when in reality, his alleged daughter wants connection. She wants answers. She wants to know the people her blood remembers. This is exactly why genealogy often fails for many self identified Black Americans, because the pain isn't just historical, it's present. Too many parents, particularly fathers, gatekeep vital information, names, dates, origins, migrations. And as a genealogist, I've seen this pattern play out time and time again. I've had clients who couldn't trace beyond the 1900s because the paternal names didn't add up. Either the timelines of the children didn't match, the surnames shifted, or the father's identity was simply withheld, erased by shame, secrets, or silence. And when that silence becomes generational, the ancestral path gets buried. This is why so many give up on genealogy research, or what I like to call memory mapping. Not because they're not curious, but because they've been severed from the very people who hold the answers. When someone like Nisa says she wants to connect with her paternal bloodline, that should never be dismissed, because that desire isn't just about personal healing. It's about repairing a lineage that's already endured too much fragmentation. Before I return to the chambers of the Council of Memory, I want to take a brief moment to address the sound of nails on a chalkboard, the screeching wild banshees wailing from their keyboards. I hear it already. The deadbeat defenders rising from the depths of denial. The what about the moms chorus trying to reroute the conversation. The we not even black crowd forgetting they self identify as Indigenous American, Aboriginal, American Indian, yet somehow still find the energy to insert themselves into discussions where accountability isn't optional. This is why I've held back from bringing children into the physical realm. Because if I do, I want my child to know the presence of an engaged father, a keeper of their story and protector of their roots. Our young ones already carry heavy burdens, tangled in stories rewritten or lost, disconnected from the victories and struggles of those who came before them. Bloodlines are not just lines on paper, they are living ties that hold us. It's easy to mistake having children for power, but when your own flesh is searching through the shadows online for siblings they don't know, that's not strength. That's a wound, a broken covenant with your own blood, a humiliation ritual inflicted on your own bloodline. Addressing particular alleged behaviors around absentee fathers isn't an attack on all men. We know mothers can also play a role when children grow up disconnected, whether it's because the father wasn't aware the child existed or the mother herself doesn't know who the father is. However, this video isn't about motherhood or its challenges. It's focused on how absentee fatherhood affects memory mapping, or what you may know as genealogy research, and the connections within families. I recognize that these issues are complex and nuanced. But if you find yourself constantly deflecting by bringing up other groups or unrelated topics, it may be because this hits too close to home. Growth requires emotional maturity and the willingness to face uncomfortable truths. If you can't engage with the core issues without shifting the focus, then real understanding and progress will remain out of reach. Hopefully, with time, everyone can learn to approach these conversations with more openness, but I'm not here to wait around for that to happen. I also want to reiterate that this issue isn't just about self identified Black Americans. Aboriginal Americans face the same struggles with absent fathers and fractured bloodlines. So, for the people in the back, if you don't identify as Black American, then when I say self identify Black American, I'm not talking about you. Don't come to my comment section whining we're not Black when I never said you were. If this video ruffled your feathers, good, because chances are you might be one of those deadbeat baby daddies we talking about, the ones who walk away from the family you helped create. And it clearly bothers you that other men are finally being called out for neglecting their responsibility. This video isn't a wake-up call for men to step up as fathers. It's a spotlight on how absentee fatherhood causes bloodline banditry and all the complications that come with it. Dr. Umar is just one alleged example. Whether Dr. Umar chooses to respond further is irrelevant to this larger conversation. We're speaking to a reality where too many souls, especially the heirs of the flame, must piece together their identity from fragments left behind. If you're publicly preaching empowerment and bloodline reclamation, you better show up for your own. You can't claim liberation while hiding in the shadows of a lineage you helped manifest. This is bloodline banditry, not just theory, but a physical reality. If we want truth, restoration, and land, we must begin with what has been abandoned. Start with the missing fathers. Start with the unspoken names. Start with the silence that's been passed off as survival. The council sees all, and we don't forget. That is all for today's video. If you're ready to reclaim your records with clarity and care, be sure to check out my book, Discovering American Genealogy, available now on Amazon. And for deeper ancestral work, exclusive tools, and unfiltered discussions, join the council over on Patreon. All links, including the book and Patreon, are in the description box down below. And to the keepers of the flame, your offerings are not just support, but ceremony. You keep the lamps lit in the archive halls. You help us remember forward. May the children rise from the flame. May the names once silenced thunder back through the time. And may the council never forget why we remember.